Good evening, everyone. My name is Craig Mummy. I'm the chair of Watch, and on behalf of the Board of Directors, I welcome you to the public announcement of nominations for the 11th Annual Washington Area Theater Community Honors. Before we announce the nominations, we have a couple announcements here. We would like to thank all of our judges from 2011 for all of their work. And we would like to thank Margaret Binning for collecting, tabulating, and validating all the ballots and nominations. It's a Herculean task, and she has once again done a wonderful job. And we'd like to thank the Birchmere for hosting this evening's announcement ceremony. And we also welcome Showbiz Radio and Maryland Theater Guide, who are here covering the event with us. The Watch program was founded in 1999 with 10 charter member companies. In 2011, 32 companies participated in adjudication. One new company participated in 2011, that was the Alliance Theater. And for 2012, we would like to welcome one new company to the Watch program, and that is Second Star Productions in Bowie, Maryland. For 2011, there were 127 shows adjudicated, 40 musicals, and 87 plays. Tickets are now available for the presentation ceremony to be held March 11th here at the Birchmere. Standing to my right here are the other members of the tabulation committee, and they will be reading the announcements tonight. In each of the 38 categories, 5 nominees were selected based on the average scores of at least 8 judges, except for one show that closed early with only 6 ballots. In some categories, due to score ties, we will announce more than 5 nominees. Nominations will be read in alphabetical order by nominee. And I will apologize for all of us, because I'm sure we will mispronounce at least some names, but we do not confirm them because, of course, we wanted to keep them secret. So we will try to get them all correct for the ceremony in March. So we will begin with the nominations for Outstanding Technical Achievements, and starting us off will be Roy Peterson from Prince George's Little Theater.
Okay, I'm a little bit taller here, so I'm going to adjust this up a little bit. And I should put on my glasses so I can at least see what I'm reading here. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Set Design of a Musical are Melissa Gilpin and John Merritt, A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, Port Tobacco Players. Mark Hamburger, Annie, Rockville Musical Theater. Grant Kevin Lane, Thrill Me, Eldon Street Players. Mike Taster, Hairspray, Little Theater of Alexandria. And James Villarubia, Ain't Misbehavin', Eldon Street Players. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Set Design of a Play are Amanda Acker, The Seagull, The Arlington Players. John Kosia et al., Auntie Mame, Providence Players of Fairfax. Chip Gertzog and John Kosia, Shadowbox, Providence Players of Fairfax. C. Evans Kirk and Dan Reimers, Noises Off, Little Theater of Alexandria. Andrew J.M. Regiek, The Twilight of the Golds, Reston Community Players. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Set Construction of a Musical are Sarah Burkhead, The Drowsy Chaperone, Reston Community Players. Chris Feldman, Hairspray, Little Theater of Alexandria. Jim Court et al., Little Shop of Horrors, Damascus Theater Company. John Merritt, A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, Port Tobacco Players. James Villarubia et al., Ain't Misbehavin', Eldon Street Players. The 6 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Set Construction of a Play are John Kosia and Chip Gertzog, Shadowbox, Providence Players of Fairfax. John Kosia et al., Auntie Main, Providence Players of Fairfax. Chris Feldman, Move Over, Mrs. Markham, Little Theater of Alexandria. John Merritt, Duck Hunter Shoots Angel, Port Tobacco Players. Arthur Pleasance et al., The Seagull, the Arlington Players. And Dan Reamer's Noises Off, Little Theater of Alexandria. The 6 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Set Painting of a Musical are Aaron Cumbo, Oliver, Little Theater of Alexandria. Malka Giblin et al., Annie, Rockville Musical Theater. Kevin O'Dowd, Hairspray, Little Theater of Alexandria. Kathy Reeder and James Villarubia, Ain't Misbehavin', Eldon Street Players. Kathy Reeder, Sabrina Begley, Maggie Cotter, The Drowsy Chaperone, Reston Community Players. April Dawn Weimer et al., A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, Port Tobacco Players. The 7 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Set Painting of a Play are Mary Hutzler, Move Over, Mrs. Markham, Little Theater of Alexandria. Ronna Johnson, Duck Hunter Shoots Angel, Port Tobacco Players. Carl Meyer and Kate Meyer, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Eldon Street Players. Kevin O'Dowd, Noises Off, Little Theater of Alexandria. Melanie Papazian, Translations, Rockville Little Theater. Kate Rohr, The Seagull, The Arlington Players. Krista Westall, The Twilight of the Golds, Reston Community Players. The 8 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Set Decoration and Set Dressing of a Musical are Nancy Ann Burton Oliver, Little Theater of Alexandria. Marion Holmes and Russell Weiland, Hairspray, Little Theater of Alexandria. Dwayne LeCang, Little Shop of Horrors, The Alliance Theater. Maria Littlefield, Little Shop of Horrors, Damascus Theater Company. Nancy McLaughlin et al., Annie, Rockville Musical Theater. B. and Jerry Morse and Barbara Wilson, The Drowsy Chaperone, Reston Community Players. Joe Stein and John Merritt, Willy Wonka, Port Tobacco Players. April Dawn Weimer and John Merritt, A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, Port Tobacco Players. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Set Decoration and Set Dressing of a Play are Mary Dalto and Nancy Enyon Lark, Translations, Rockville Little Theater. Ingrid Helvig David, Auntie Main, Providence Players of Fairfax. Lindsay Hayes, The Seagull, The Arlington Players. Evan Hoffman, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Eldon Street Players. B. and Jerry Morse, Moonlight and Magnolias, Reston Community Players. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Properties of a Musical are Derek Kritzer, and Dwayne LeCang, Little Shop of Horrors, the Alliance Theater. Mary Jo Ford, The Drowsy Chaperone, Reston Community Players. Judy Key and Margaret Snow, Hairspray, Little Theater of Alexandria. Maria Littlefield, Little Shop of Horrors, Damascus Theater Company. Ellie Swink, 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, Damascus Theater Company. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Properties of a Play are Avery Burns, The Seagull, the Arlington Players. Mary Dalto and Nancy Enyon Lark, Translations, Rockville Little Theater. Rebecca and John Johnson, Move Over, Mrs. Markham, Little Theater of Alexandria. Jesse Roberts, Loose Knit, Taking Flight Theater Company. And Nicole Zucchetto, Rabbit Hole, Little Theater of Alexandria. Continuing the nominations for Outstanding Technical Achievements is Lita Hall from Silver Spring Stage.
The 5 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Lighting Design of a Musical are Franklin C. Coleman, Hairspray, Little Theater of Alexandria. Ryan Desmond, 42nd Street, the Arlington Players. Tom Epps, Thrill Me, the Eldon Street Players. Noam Lautman, Annie, Rockville Musical Theater. And Rick Swink, Little Shop of Horrors, Damascus Theater Company. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Lighting Design of a Play are Anne-Marie Castrigno, The Seagull, the Arlington Players. Ken and Patty Crowley, Widdershins, Little Theater of Alexandria. Ken and Patty Crowley, The Twilight of the Golds, Reston Community Players. Jennifer Lyman, Almost Maine, Vienna Theater Company. And Liz Owens and Nancy Owens, Move Over, Mrs. Markham, Little Theater of Alexandria. The 6 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Sound Design of a Musical are Keith Bell, 42nd Street, the Arlington Players. David Correa and David Hale, Hairspray, Little Theater of Alexandria. David Correa, Oliver, Little Theater of Alexandria. Bill Johnson, Hairspray, the Alliance Theater. Kenny Neal and Daniel Tobiasen, Annie, Rockville Musical Theater. Vital Viacek, 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, Damascus Theater Company. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Sound Design of a Play are Ben Allen, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Eldon Street Players. Wes Bedsworth, The Diviners, Colonial Players of Annapolis. William Shrepsinski. I apologize, William. Moonlight and Magnolias, Reston Community Players. Jonathan Powers, Almost Maine, Vienna Theater Company. Alan Ray, The Seagull, the Arlington Players. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Costume Design of a Musical are Mary Ayala Bush, Frankenstein, Taking Flight Theater Company. Michelle Bogart, Hairspray, the Alliance Theater. Kevin Lane, 9, the Arlington Players. Charlotte Marson and Judy Wheelahan, The Drowsy Chaperone, Reston Community Players. And Jean Schlichting and Kit Sibley, Hairspray, Little Theater of Alexandria. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Costume Design of a Play are Lori Levitt and McKenna Kelly, The Seagull, the Arlington Players. Susan Schulman et al., Romeo and Juliet, Silver Spring Stage. Robbie Snow and Christian D. Faulkner, Auntie Mame, Providence Players of Fairfax. Annie Vroom, Widdershins, Little Theater of Alexandria. And Annie Vroom, Noise is Off, Little Theater of Alexandria. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Makeup Design of a Musical are Kat Brace and Andy Esquerdo, Frankenstein, Taking Flight Theater Company. Jamie Nelson, A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, Port Tobacco Players. Robin Parker, Hairspray, Little Theater of Alexandria. Jacqueline Young, The Drowsy Chaperone, Reston Community Players. And Sammy Zanotti, Willy Wonka, Port Tobacco Players. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Makeup Design in a Play are Scott Beadle, Sordid Lives, Bowie Community Theater. C. Evans Kirk, Widdershins, Little Theater of Alexandria. Howard Vincent Kurtz, Move Over Mrs. Markham, Little Theater of Alexandria. P.J. Mitchell, Psycho Beach Party, Dominion Stage. And Sue Pinkman, The Seagull, Arlington Players. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Hair Design of a Musical are Kat Brace, 9, The Arlington Players. Maureen Klum, Judy Perez, Derek Kritzer, Hairspray, The Alliance Theater. Anna Michelle Jackson and Irene Kosatakis, Hairspray, The Little Theater of Alexandria. Melody Wilson, Frankenstein, Taking Flight Theater Company. And Jacqueline Young, The Drowsy Chaperone, Reston Community Players. The 8 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Hair Design of a Play are Beth Harrison, Auntie Mame, Providence Players of Fairfax. Howard Vincent Kurtz, Move Over Mrs. Markham, Little Theater of Alexandria. Molly Hicks Larson, A Streetcar Named Desire, Taking Flight Theater Company. Denise A. Levine, Same Time Next Year, Greenbelt Arts Center. P.J. Mitchell, Psycho Beach Party, Dominion Stage. Sue Pinkman, The Seagull, The Arlington Players. Scott Ross and Katie Bradley, Sordid Lives, Bowie Community Theater. And Mary Ann Sullivan, The Women, Prince William Little Theater. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Special Achievement in Special Effects are Ben Allen, Almost Maine, Vienna Theater Company. Ken and Patty Crowley, Widdershins, Little Theater of Alexandria. Denise Gilmore, et al., Annie, Rockville Musical Theater. Keith Linville, et al., Willy Wonka, Port Tobacco Players. And David Timmerman, A Christmas Carol, Port Tobacco Players. We will now proceed with nominations for outstanding performances by an actor or actress, presented by John Kirby of the Port Tobacco Players.
The 6 nominees for outstanding performance as a cameo in a musical are Torian Murray Barber as Fred Casely, Chicago St. Mark's Players. Mickey Goldstein as Bert Healy, Annie, Rockville Musical Theater. Andy Izquierdo as Blind Man, Frankenstein, Taking Flight Theater Company. Scott J. Strasbaugh, as Mr. Pinky, Hairspray, Little Theater of Alexandria. Gina C. Tomkus as Matron and Gym Teacher, Hairspray, Little Theater of Alexandria. Mark Williams as High School Principal, Hairspray, Little Theater of Alexandria. The 6 nominees for Outstanding Performance as a cameo in a play are Carolyn Cameron as Maggie, The Women, Prince William Little Theater. Victor Maldonado as Lou Tanner, The Gingerbread Lady, Chevy Chase Players. Lisa Nichols as Olga, The Women, Prince William Little Theater. Laura Rogers as Girl, Blackbird, Silver Spring Stage. Sally Zotkoff as Candy Starr, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Prince William Little Theater. And Robin Zerbe as Crystal Allen, The Women, Prince William Little Theater. The 6 nominees for Outstanding Performance as a featured actress in a musical are Michelle Harmon as Armelia McQueen, Ain't Misbehavin', Eldon Street Players. Ricky Howie as Charlene Woodard, Ain't Misbehavin', Eldon Street Players. Jade Jones as Nell Carter, Ain't Misbehavin', Eldon Street Players. Brenda Parker as Motormouth Maybelle, Hairspray, Little Theater of Alexandria. Miriam Urquhart as star-to-be Annie, Rockville Musical Theater. Jacqueline Young as Penny Pingleton, Hairspray, Little Theater of Alexandria. The 6 nominees for Outstanding Performance as a Featured Actor in a Musical are Alex Bendon as the voice of Audrey II, Little Shop of Horrors, The Alliance Theater. Chaz Coffin as Seaweed Stubbs, Hairspray, The Alliance Theater. Adrian Covage as Seaweed J. Stubbs, Hairspray, Little Theater of Alexandria. Patrick Donaghy as Andre DeShields, Ain't Misbehavin', Eldon Street Players. Gabriel Potter as Leaf Coneybear, 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. Damascus Theater Company. Christopher Prince as Ken Page, Ain't Misbehavin', Eldon Street Players. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Performance as a Featured Actress in a Play are Bernadette Arvidsson as Juanita, Sordid Lives, Bowie Community Theater. Joanne Bauer as Sissy Hickey, Sordid Lives, Bowie Community Theater. Karen Ellie as Saint Monica et al., The Last Days of Judas Iscariot, Silver Spring Stage. Ruth Neville as Vera Charles, Auntie Mame, Providence Players of Fairfax. And Jacqueline Young as Hermia, Snout, Wall, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Eldon Street Players. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Performance as a Featured Actor in a Play are Scott Beadle as Earl Brotherboy Ingram, Sordid Lives, Bowie Community Theater. Adam Downs as Gary Lejeune, Noises Off, Little Theater of Alexandria. Tom Flatt as Mason Marzak, Take Me Out, Dominion Stage. Brendan Murray as Butch Honeywell et al., The Last Days of Judas Iscariot, Silver Spring Stage. And Pat Reynolds as Paul Galligan, Inventing Van Gogh, Colonial Players of Annapolis. I would like to introduce Jenna Ballard of Kensington Arts Theater to continue the nominations.
The 6 nominees for Outstanding Performance as a Lead Actress in a Musical. Thank you, boy. Are Maya Bartel as Annie, Rockville Musical Theater. Laura Fontaine as Audrey, Little Shop of Horrors, The Alliance Theater. Shannon Kingett as Tracy Turnblad, Hairspray, Little Theater of Alexandria. Kate Merriman as the narrator, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, McLean Community Players. Chrissy Barnett Miller as Audrey, Little Shop of Horrors, Damascus Theater Company. And Anya Randall Neville as Velma Kelly, Chicago St. Mark's Players. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Performance as a Lead Actor in a Musical are Christopher Harris as Edna Turnblad, Hairspray, Little Theater of Alexandria. Anthony Ingargiola, I believe, as Seymour, Little Shop of Horrors, The Alliance Theater. Eric Kennedy as Guido Contini, 9, The Arlington Players. Gabriel Potter as Seymour, Little Shop of Horrors, Damascus Theater Company. And Christopher Smith as Nathan, Thrill Me, Eldon Street Players. The 6 nominees for Outstanding Performance as a Lead Actress in a Play are Sherry Berg as Una, Blackbird, Capital City Players of DC. Lolita Marie as Maddie Cheeks, No Jews, No Dogs, Port City Playhouse. Joe Black Sullivan as Glory, Grace and Glory, Bowie Community Theater. Sandra Cox True as Grace, Grace and Glory, Bowie Community Theater. Beth Whitehead as Auntie Mame Dennis, Auntie Mame, Providence Players of Fairfax. And Robin Zerby as Irma Grease, Angel, A Nightmare in 2 Acts, Port City Playhouse. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Performance as a Lead Actor in a Play are Mark Lee Adams as Dr. Farquhar, Mind Game, Port City Playhouse. J. McAndrew Breen as Charlie Conlon, etc., Stones in His Pockets, Montgomery Playhouse. William Cassidy as Randall P. McMurphy, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Silver Spring Stage. Adam Downs as Ralph, Frozen, Eldon Street Players. And Kevin S. Dykstra as Jake McQuinn, etc., Stones in His Pocket, Montgomery Playhouse. And finally, here are the nominations for Outstanding Achievement in Overall Production categories. I reintroduce Craig Mummy from Colonial Players.
Okay. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Stage Combat Choreography are Steve Custer for Hair, Kensington Arts Theatre, William T. Fleming for Romeo and Juliet, Silver Spring Stage, Catherine Frattini for A Midsummer Night's Dream, Eldon Street Players, Richard Coster for Company, Colonial Players of Annapolis, and Karen Schlumpf and Brian Farrell for Moonlight and Magnolias, Reston Community Players. The 6 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Choreography are Yvonne Davila for Hairspray, Little Theatre of Alexandria, Andrea Heinings, The Drowsy Chaperone, Reston Community Players, Ricky Howie for Chicago, St. Mark's Players, Pam and Kathleen McCormack for Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, McLean Community Players, Dwayne Monahan for Annie, Rockville Musical Theatre, and John K. Monette for 42nd Street, the Arlington Players. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Music Direction are Mayumi Baker and Valerie A. Higgs for Jekyll and Hyde, Kensington Arts Theatre, J. Michael de Havilland for Ain't Misbehavin', Eldon Street Players, Paul Nasto for 9, the Arlington Players, Keith Chittermary, 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, Damascus Theatre Company, and Christopher A. Tomasino for Hairspray, the Little Theatre of Alexandria. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Direction of a Musical are Stephanie Bonte LeBaire for 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, Damascus Theatre Company, Annie Ermlich for Hairspray, the Alliance Theatre, Rochelle Ricky Howie for Ain't Misbehavin', Eldon Street Players, Sue Pinkman for Hairspray, Little Theatre of Alexandria, sorry. And saying your home company, not your place where you work. Okay, Joshua Redford, The Drowsy Chaperone, Reston Community Players. Getting ahead of myself, okay. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Direction of a Play are Bob Ben, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Silver Spring Stage, Joanna Henry for Rabbit Hole, Little Theatre of Alexandria, Evan Hoffman, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Eldon Street Players, Estelle Miller for Grace and Glory, Bowie Community Theatre, and Roxanne Fournier Stone for Stones in His Pockets, Montgomery Playhouse. The 5 nominees for Outstanding Musical are Hairspray, the Alliance Theatre, 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, Damascus Theatre Company, Ain't Misbehavin', Eldon Street Players, Hairspray, Little Theatre of Alexandria, and Annie, Rockville Musical Theatre. And finally, the 7 nominees for Outstanding Play are Grace and Glory, Bowie Community Theatre, The Shape of Things, Colonial Players of Annapolis, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Eldon Street Players, Noises Off, Little Theatre of Alexandria, Stones in His Pockets, Montgomery Playhouse, Auntie Mame, Providence Players of Fairfax, and The Shadowbox, Providence Players of Fairfax. That concludes the nominations. Congratulations to all of the nominees.
I'm Mark Beachy for the Maryland Theater Guide. Have a theatrical day.